Previously on the Youth Edition.
And there is the whistle. So a 2-0 defeat to Luton will see our chance of finals come to an end. There's the whistle. 3 points to finish off the end of the season. A fairly decent season, one would say. We're just trying to beat relegation. So the mid-table finish for us is probably exceeding expectations. It's a rough day at the office occasionally. Not a bad performance. Frag out! Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Youth Edition. It's Oldham Athletic, it's Dylan Allen on a quest for Champions League glory. It's time to sit back, relax and get in that comfy chair, put it on the big screen TV, crack your favourite beverage, because here we go with the Youth Edition. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the start of season number 3 here with the Youth Edition, Oldham Athletic, FIFA 19. And well, we've got a big season ahead of us. We've just missed out in season 2 for the promotional playoffs, but this needs to be the season that we make our push for the championship. We've got a lot of work to do. We're in January. We're in the start of a new season, so July, new transfer window, August, September. We need to get through this. We need to see if there's some key signings that we can make. Obviously, some of the regens that have played one season will be available to pick up now if we feel, we've got the money to do it. I need to upgrade the scouts a little bit as well to bring in some more quality youth talent for this team to start growing and maturing into the big championship side that we need it to be. So let's jump into the season first and foremost and check on our objectives, how the team is looking, and really, get to grips of what we're going to do here in season number 3. Let's take a look at the board objectives for this season. The youth development within 2 seasons, have at least one player from the youth academy signed in the first season, playing at least 50% of games in the next season. Well, we've got some young talent there that I did ask you about at the end of last season, which we will go and address shortly, so that should be okay. Brand exposure within 3 seasons, increase the ticket holders by at least 10%. We'll see if we can do that. No continental. Domestically, they want us to gain automatic promotion, so a lot of pressure on us to be the big team on campus this season and reach the round of 32 in the FA Cup. Financially, though, we've got critical priority to finish the season with a profit margin of 17.6 million. That is going to be difficult because we're not really generating any cash here at the moment, and we've got to keep the player salary growth under 20%. So the board has been very, very strict on what we can do financially, and it is critical priority. So I do need to keep an eye on that. We might not be able to sign too many big players, and we're really going to have to concentrate on this youth academy getting us through another season here in League 1. So taking a look at the starting lineup, we've pretty much got all 70 rated players now. Edwards has hit 70 as we've transferred into the new season. I'm going to start training the back line a bit more. We need to get Klein White up in it because that's probably where we fell down a little bit last season, was defensively. May try and find a new left back if we can find one, but I'm going to train Griffiths in the meantime. We're going to work on Barris's defensive capabilities. His rating there is because of his technical attributes, but defensively, he's still not, the cream of the crop that I feel he can be. Once those defensive stats come in, he is going to be an outstanding right back. Don't get me wrong on that one. We're going to persist with Cooper for now. Jill is a better goalkeeper in the long run at 65 rated, but he is growing naturally and his reactions are increasing. So I don't want to get in and start messing with his natural growth just yet. We might give him a little bit of training here and there just to start propelling up, and when he does get to Cooper's rating, he will probably come into the first team. The reserves team, though, is probably something that we do need to look at. The squad is quite thin. All the real players have gone now. They've retired and moved on. We've got more back from loan. I am going to try and loan out a few of these younger lads that are under 60 rated because I'm hoping that we can bring in some free agents and the likes. So I don't want the squad being too big, but obviously we need to concentrate on the league this season. So the first team is going to be playing a lot of the league games. Any of the cup competitions will probably leave to the reserves unless we make a decent run in those competitions. So we need to bring in some players. So let's jump in to season number 3. So budget-wise, they've given us 3.6 million with only 1,800 600 in wages at the moment. So we're going to have to play with this a little bit. Not a lot of money. Hopefully the board comes in and gives us a little bit of an injection. We've obviously got pre-season tournament, which we always simulate. I'm not playing that rubbish, but hopefully we can generate some cash. And I'll probably, more than likely, use this cash to upgrade some of our scouts a bit further and see if we can start bringing in some real top quality talent for this career mode. Right, pre-season tournaments all offering us about 2 million. They're all 2.5 star competition, so generally I'll look and see what we can do, but we're going to go for the European International Cup. It's offering the most money. The star rating isn't going to really affect us too much, and hopefully we can get a couple of results and pick up a little bit more cash for our youth academy upgrades. Okay, we've got our final scout reports back. We are, of course, here in England. There's one player that I've picked out of the crop, and it's Cameron Richardson, 44 to 54, 69 to 85. Not the highest potential. Looks like a central attacking midfielder. We'll bring him into the academy and have a look at it. We are, of course, here in Nigeria for the final scout report, and there's 4 players here that I'm going to bring into our academy. Stephen Egbe, 75 to 91, looks like a central defensive midfielder. Godwin Bada, looks like he could be a striker, possibly 77 to 94 potential, but only 5'9" and 15 years of age. We've got Simon Awazi, 52 to 70, 73 to 94, and 6'5". Let's hope he's a centre back. And Simon Kuti, 6'2", 56 to 74, 83 to 94 potential. Looks like the pick of the crop here, but let's get all 4 of these lads into our academy. And we are, of course, here in Argentina. I've got 3 lads picked out here. Geronimo Granero, 75 to 94. Cristobal Rivero, 69 to 93. And Ramon Morales, 72 to 94. Right, time to send our scouts out. I have gone and spent $2.5 million on upgrading our first scout. He is now a 5-star, 4-star scout, so hopefully can bring us back some top talent. Let's go to the comment section, and of course, if you want me to scout a country, make sure you're putting it down in the comment section of this one. Put thumbs up on the countries you'd like us to scout, and the ones with the most thumbs up generally get the call up for these scenarios. So let's jump into it. We've got 4833. He wants us to scout Colombia for any to get them off the streets and smoking weed and get them on the pitch. Okay, fair enough. 34 thumbs up, and we are off to Colombia. Next up, we have one in from Thunderclaw. Thank you for your comment. 30 thumbs up on this one. He wants us to go to Uruguay for some attackers. Let's get some South Americans into this team. And the final one is from Blocky FC. 28 thumbs up to go to Portugal for a winger. Let's find the next CR7. Well, let's hope so. We get some Portuguese in here to help Barros out, maybe. All right, so let's have a look at our current youth academy now. We've only got about 500 grand left in our transfer budget, but we can go ahead and sign some of these lads up. I did take a look at all of the comments from the season finale, and there's definitely a couple of lads here that you wanted me to sign up. So let's go through this, though. Lance Murphy probably deserves a call up, but I'm just going to hold him for now. Geronimo Granero, we've just pulled in. 54 overall, 75 to 94 potential. Bratianu, the Romanian left winger, we're going to hold in the academy for now as well. Cyril Cesar, now he is 60 overall, so probably once they get to 60, it's probably someone that I would want to bring in. We'll just see how we go, and if we still need squad depth at the end of the transfer window, Cesar might get a call up. Clemens Binhanba is definitely someone that I want to bring into the first team, but not just yet. 57 overall, 84 to 90. I just want him to grow a little bit more in the academy. Obviously got a great name. He's 6 foot. He will be someone that we bring in eventually, but I'm just going to hold for now. Zupan as well, 77 to 91 playmaker. We're holding on to. Dusan Gabric, now 66 overall playmaker, 84 to 94 potential. I mean, this lad needs to be called up. So welcome to the team. Our first signing from the Youth Academy for season number 3 is Dusan Gabric. All right, so we pulled in Cameron Richardson, 52 overall, 69 to 85. Not really what I was looking for, but we'll hold him for a month. Bram de Graaf, still coming along nicely. Godwin Bada, a striker, 5'9", only 52 overall, but 77 to 94 potential at the moment, and he is physically strong, so let's hope he progresses. Daniel Bruin, the right back, 53 overall, 74 to 88, defensive-minded, so might not make the cut, but we'll hold him for now. Stephen Egbe is a central defensive midfielder, 48 overall, 75 to 91. He can sit in the academy. Ramon Morales is a central attacking midfielder, 57 overall, 72 to 94, only 15 years of age. We'll monitor his progress. Cristobal Rivero, a centre midfielder, only 5'5". That potential is a little bit sparse, so we'll monitor his progress. Simon Awazi, 6'5". He is a centre-back. That's what we needed. 57 overall, 73 to 94. I'll give him a little bit longer here in the academy, but, you know, he looks like a hot prospect for us for the future. And Simon Kuti, 60 overall, 83 to 94 potential right back. Physically strong as well, so definitely someone I'm going to keep an eye on here. We'll give him another month in the academy, but he could make his way into the team very, very soon. So just the one signing at the moment. I want to see how we go through this transfer window before we start filling the position with our youth academy players. If we get a whole heap of loans done, then we might bring some squad depth in from the academy. Right, let's take a quick look at Gabbage. 66 overall, good vision and agility. Needs to work on his strength a little bit in the midfield. Good curve, free kicks, 79. Long passing and long shots is decent. 6 foot tall and can play central defensive midfield with a high defensive work rate. You know what? I think he's going to go straight in. We're going to replace Roberts. Thank you for your services. But I think Gabbage could sit there in CDM for now in the reserves, and we'll get a good look at him. Right, St. Pauli have come in with an offer here for Elliot Cooper of $2.2 million. Do we want to sell our first string keeper just yet? He's a little bit hit and miss. And we do have Jill coming through. Let's see what that is all about. 2.2 million. His value is 2.2 million. The board reckons we could get 2.7 here for Elliot Cooper. A lot of people have said to sell Cooper. I'm reluctant at the moment just for the fact that Jill's not quite ready, and we'd have to go and sign another goalkeeper. But let's entertain the idea. Let's send a delegation and let's really jack the money up here a little bit. Let's see if we can get 4.5 million, and I'll say no less than 3.5. Then we'll be happy to let Cooper have a crack. And we've also got a budget increase here of 1.2 million, so it increases our total budget to 3.6. Well, that's not correct because we've spent a shitload of money. Right, they weren't willing to entertain the idea of that kind of money for Cooper, and that's fair enough. You know, if it was later in the career and Jill was ready to take over, I probably would have had a lower evaluation. But at this stage, we probably need Cooper just to get us through until Jill is ready to take the gloves. It's the first pre-season game. We've got Kilmarnock, and it's a 2-0 victory. But Griffiths gets himself red-carded, goals to Edwards and Guerin. Right, Carlisle United have come in with an offer of 110 grand for Sam Thomas. Now, Sam Thomas is probably someone that we are looking to move on. I don't think he's got the potential to really push on in this career mode. He's coming off the bench in the reserves, which is probably going to fall down from there as well. Now, they've come in with 110, which is his offer, but I am going to delegate this, and we are going to bump this up just a touch. I'm going to say 150 minimum and start the offer at 200 grand. So this is the training that I've got set up. I'm just working on Edward's vision a little bit because he is playing that cam role for us, and the rest is all defensive stuff here. We're just going to get Barros's defensive efforts up as well as the rest of the back line. Right, we've got a loan offer here for Millet from, is it the Chinese League, a 1-year deal. I'm going to accept this and see if Millet wants to go out on loan. I've got a feeling that he might have a potential, but he is growing a little bit slow. And, you know, we're going to get bigger players coming through. So we'll send him out. I've got hopes that he could stick around the club. So let's see if we can get him a loan deal. Right, Carlisle are happy to pay 160 grand for Sam Thomas. We're going to accept that offer and see if they can agree terms. So the next preseason game, and we've got, is it Open? Guerin sets up in the 7th minute. Edwards in again, and it's a 2-1 victory. Well, Millet's move has broken down, so we might need to do those little glitches. I'm hoping that this does get addressed by EA. We have submitted the fact that the loan spells are broken at the moment, but it's a lot harder for them to pre-program and change things in career mode compared to the foot stuff and gameplay, because that's real in the front, whereas career mode, there's a lot more involved and shit gets broken. So hopefully we get this fixed, but we can glitch around it. All right, we've got some offers in here. Ernst Lenner on a 1-year deal for St Johnston. That's probably a good move. Let's accept that offer and see if that goes through. And then there is also a purchase offer in here for Noah White. 1.7 million from Venezia. He is our starting centre back though, so I don't want to let him move on. We're going to reject that offer. All right, here's an interesting one. We've got a transfer offer in here for Cartier. Now, he doesn't have a potential. I haven't put him on the transfer list, but they've come in and they've offered 250 grand. It is under his evaluation. We will delegate an offer here. We've got some youth academy players that could come in and fill that role, I feel. So let's delegate. Yeah, 370 is fair enough. We won't sell him for anything less than 300 because he is part of our reserve team at the moment. Right, Sam Thomas has been sold. He's gone to Carlisle United. Thank you for your services. 160 grand, another 100 grand into our budget. Right, we are already through to the next round, so we're going to send the reserves out here against Muscron. And they come through with the goods. Chimichukwu getting a goal, and Gabrich on debut gets a goal, 2-1. Time for another training session, and there we go. White now up to 70. And 475 grand into our transfer budget. Innsbruck want a loan offer here for Wimmer. We will entertain that. And Ernst Lenner has left on loan. He's gone to St Johnstone on a one-year deal. Through to the semi-finals of the European International Cup. The first team will roll out here, and it's a 3-1 victory. Guerin and Edwards are finding goals for fun. And another 660 into our transfer budget. Right, they couldn't agree to the cost there for Cartier, so he's sticking around. But Wimmer has left on loan. He's gone to Innsbruck. So it's the final of the European International Cup. We've got Bruges, and we go down 1-0. Time for another training session. Klein up to 70, Barros 72, and Griffiths hits 68. Transfer offer in here for Patrice Boundary, 890 grand for Giagolonia. Now, that's an interesting one. 64 overall. He's valued at 775. They've come in with 890. Now, I don't know. Boundary doesn't feel quite right in this team. Only playing in the reserves. If we can get a decent amount of cash for him, I'll probably be happy for him to move on. We are going to start the offer, though, at 1.9 million, and we won't sell him for anything less than 1.5. Right, we've got some more deals in here. It's a loan offer from Lobos. Here for Millet. We will accept that offer. And we've also got a transfer offer in here from Estac Troyes, 2.3 million, which is the valuation. We're going to delegate once again. We're going to start the offer at 4.5, and we won't sell him for anything less than 3.5. Nope, they're not willing to pay the price for Boundary. That's fair enough. And let's get another training session in on this defensive line. Right, Oliver Millet has left. He's gone to Lobos on a one-year deal. And we've got a loan offer in here for Chimichukwu. Our backup striker, we can't really afford to let him go. So I am going to reject that offer. So it is the 1st of August, and we've sent some players out on loan, so probably a good opportunity here to maybe pull in some more youth academy players. Lance Murphy has hit 60 overall finally, 81 to 87 potential, and that means that we are going to bring him in to the first team. Welcome to the club, Lance Murphy. Geronimo Granero, 73 to 91, Bratiano, 82 to 88. Cesar's up to a 61 now, 78 to 84 potential. Binhammer, 58 overall, 84 to 90 potential. Zupan, 80 to 90. Cameron Richardson has dropped away, and I am going to release him. Bram de Graaf, 81 to 87. Batter, 80 to 94. Bruin, he's dropped off. We're going to release you, mate. Egbe is still okay at 75 to 89. Rama Morales, 70 to 90, has dropped away. Cristobal Rivero, 71 to 91. Awazi, 57 overall, 75 to 94. And you know what? I'm going to offer him a contract. Get into our first team. And Simon Kuti as well, 85 to 94. They've had a month there. That potential is still up. So another signing, another Nigerian into this team. Welcome to the club. All right, so I've switched up the reserve team a little bit here. Hand's going to go out on the right-hand side. Garage comes into the first team. I'm going to start playing Cole. I've got a feeling that he is a big prospect for the future. Olsen goes out to his regular left-back now, and Awazi comes in to the first team. 57 overall, good aggression, jumping, and strength. So a hot prospect here for the future, and 6'5", with a high defensive work rate, should grow into a decent performer. And then on the bench, Kuti comes in here as well. Good aggression, strength, and jumping. Whew. Looks like a hot prospect. Can play left back as well if required. So he will come along nicely. Who else have we brought in? Lance Murphy. Some good speed there already from the Englishman. Can play both wings. Not too shabby. And that's about it. I mean, the full first team now does get that rest option. And we've got some decent depth. Tonev's still there on the bench. Looking all right. So it is time for the first game of Season 3. Let's get this season underway. We are at home at Boundary Park, which we're looking to turn into a better spot for us to play. We have struggled a lot at home over the first 2 seasons. We really need to build a fortress here this year. Our team is looking pretty solid now. Griffiths there at a 68 is the only lad under 70. Might need to get some more training into Guerin now that everyone's sort of up and about and growing naturally. Let's get into this game and see if the boys are up for a big season number 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, Boundary Park, opening day of the new season, and we need to push for promotion. So we need to turn this into a fortress. We need to find some big avenues forward, but most importantly, we probably need to be a bit better defensively. Hopefully the off-season has helped these lads outgrow defensively, and we can get some attacking play, and Guerin can really fire for us this season. So you know who's in the team? Let's get into it. Look for 3 points on the opening day. Edwards will play inside and find Harris, and it's back to Edwards, who pulls the trigger, and it's a good save from Lillis. Good opening attack there from Oldham, who'll get an early corner. Bernard, the man to deliver, drives inside, and there is the header. And it has gone over the top. It's an early corner now here for Rochdale as they get into the game. It's a short ball played inside. Who's getting up there? Cooper makes the big save. And it's another corner here for Rochdale. Klein failed to get up and close to that one. Another short corner, driven up and high. Edwards gets back and clears out the shed. Here is Barros. He'll work his way up the line here. The captain just goes on a breaking run. Still comes the Portuguese lad and feeds it inside. He's got Joel Edwards. We'll need to lay this one off. He does. He finds Laurent Bernard, who turns and shoots, but it's a pretty poor effort. There's Bernard. Has some time, has some space. He just loses all control. Harris can't take the ball. Rochdale held a lot of possession here in the first half, and they're on the attack here. Harris holds him up. They get past Owen Griffiths. They play it inside. We're in trouble here. Good work from Alfie Lee to get back. But it will be a corner now for Rochdale on the cusp of half-time. There's the delivery. Spamming circle. Cooper to clear it out. Just waiting for a whistle. There it is. Not the most intensive first half, but just easing into things. It's 0-0. Harris out wide. Here we go. Here's a run. Oh, Cameron Griffiths is destroyed, and we'll get a free kick. He'll play it on quickly. Lays it off to Nick Harris. Alfie Lee out wide. Here is Owen Griffiths. Fires it forward. Bernard sees Edwards in the middle. Tries to take his man on. Nick Harris comes through. Pulls the trigger and puts it in the stands. Good defensive work from Klein. Bernard, that's got Edwards out the back here. He'll fire forward, and here is Guerin. Is this going to be the opening goal of the season? Drives his way forward, and that is Custard. Went for the finesse, and it was an absolute piece of shit. Edwards flicks on. Nick Harris, you picked off again, son. Need some strength. Right, one change. Don Sunhand will check in for Nick Harris in the midfield. Good save, Cooper. We're under pressure here, but a good clearance there from Alfie Lee. It's probably why I like him at central defensive midfield. He does get back and help out this team. Probably missing a little bit of his creativity. Here we go. White gets in. Don Sunhand will play this one out. It's a poor pass. White gets in the way. Klein. And we are under some serious pressure. Rochdale really turning it on now. Right, time for another change. Tommy Martin's going to check into the cam position for Joel Edwards. In Clay. Williams. Good take from Laurent Bernard. Drives his way inside. Cuts back nicely. Pulls the trigger and it's gone in! Get in! Bernard with the opening goal of season 3. Cut back beautifully. It's taken a deflection off the keeper, but the 81st minute, it's Oldham Athletic with the lead. And the Gazelle getting our opening goal of the season starts his account. Didn't score that many last year, but well, he's got a lovely goal there, put in all the hard work, stripped the man of the ball, his wallet, his car keys, and maybe even his second wife. And he's found the goal there, and it's 1-0 to the Laddocks here. Brilliant little finish. Keeper did get a finger on it, but a little bit too much venom on it there from Bernard. Delano loves the persistence, and we've got the lead. Well, it's a corner here for Rochdale, deep into the second half. They're going to play this one in. Someone needs to jump. Someone needs to do something. That is out. He's missed. It's a goal kick. Inman out wide. Done. There's the ball. Cooper with a big punch. Lee clears it away. We're just looking for that whistle now. There it is. We get 3 points on the opening day of the season. A hard-fought, contested game. But we take the biscuits at home. Well, they had 7 shots to our 6. They controlled possession, but we get the job done through Bernard. He gets himself an 8.9. 7-2 there for Guerin. 7-7 for Nick Harris. 7-2 for Joel Edwards. 7-4 there for Cooper. 7 saves. And, well, he's doing the job. 7-3 for Barros, 7-2 for Noah White, 7 for Klein, a 7-1 for Owen Griffiths, 6-2 for Don Sunhan, 7-3 for Alfie Lee, 6-7 for Cameron Griffiths, 6-3 for Tom Martin. Get voting up in the eye, it's the Majestico for season number 3. Right, let's keep this back line moving, and Barros is up to a 73. Right, we get our first report back from Colombia. Lissandro Guzman, 63-85. Fuentes, 63-85 goalkeeper. And Vasco Quiroga, 65-89 goalkeeper. I am clearing out the rubbish. There's no point in spending 20 minutes on a youth report if the players are shit. We've got 2 players to look at here in Uruguay. 66-90 in Simon Lopez, 5'5", and Fabio Cabrera, 79-94. We will monitor further. And we are, of course, here in Portugal. We've got Mario Roca, 66-92, and Goncalvo Jardim, 68-92. Looks like he's made his way across, looks like an import. Well, we've got a couple of offers in here, and St. Pauli was one, but St. Trudents have come in with 2.4 million here for Cooper. I'm just going to reject that. I mean, it's a good first job for him in the first game. If he plays well, we'll hold on to it. Well, that's kind of good. Kind of happy that Cooper's sticking around for now. All right, we've got an offer in here for Nick Harris, 4.3 million from San Jose. That is a pretty big offer for Nick Harris. I mean, he's got, he's showing great potential, but 4.3, it's a big offer. Would Nick Harris make his way to the MLS? Let's do a delegation. Let's say if they want to pay $5.5 million minimum, Nick Harris might make his way out of the club. Right, time for the second game of this episode. It'll probably be the final one, to be fair. A lot of managerial stuff. I generally just play the 2 games. But taking on QPR, I'm pretty sure came down from the championship. So this could be a tough little ask for us. We're going to Loftus Road. Let's see if the boys can get a victory here on the road. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at Loftus Road, one of the real stadiums. So I was starting to pick a few of these up, which is good to see. QPR coming down from the championship, so you feel that they would be one of the stronger sides in League One this season. But a good little start there at home at Boundary Park. Can we continue that form on the road? Unchanged lineup. Let's look for 3 points. Well, QPR come out swinging. They've got an early corner here. They drive it in long. Here's the header. It's over the top. Plays it off Lee. Gets the run here from Nick Harris. Cuts back through the middle. Finds Joel Edwards. He pulls the trigger and works the keeper. We'll get an early corner here. Nick Harris. No, it's Alfie Lee. Drives his way out wide. Cameron Griffiths makes the run. Cameron Griffiths. He sets something up here. Gets the run from Nick Harris. Oh, levelled. Well, it's all QPR. We can barely get a touch, but a good interception there from Barros. Here is Cameron Griffiths. Plays it through. Edwards wanted the run from Guerin, but there was just not enough on it. And QPR just clearing up at the back. Klein plays forward. Joel Edwards slips it on. Here is Bernard. Plays it forward. Guerin back to Bernard. Can he slip one through? He can. Here is Guerin. He'll lay it off. Finds Joel Edwards. He gets picked off by this really good QPR defence. Klein, Lee, Harris. And he sets something up here. Finds Joel Edwards. Needs to pull the trigger. Falls to Guerin. And we just cannot break through. Half time. It's been all QPR. And it's 0-0. Oh, there's a good strike. But Cooper there to make the save. A corner for QPR. It is just constant pressure here from QPR at the moment. Everyone getting back to try and help out defensively. Edwards. Alfie Lee lays it off for Noah White. And try and get some run here. Owen Griffiths. Edwards. Lee. Here is Nick Harris. He'll fire long. Looks for a big run here from Cameron Griffiths. And Cameron puts in the legwork. He's got the man. He does well. Then gets picked off. 3 changes here. And it will be Chimichukwu checking in with Don Sunhan and Tommy Martin for Griffiths, Harris and Edwards. Guerin goes to centre forward. And we'll put the big Chimichukwu up front for this corner. Lee drives in. Chimichukwu. No. Plays it forward and then lays it off for Don Sunhan. We'll play it back now for Klein. Alfie Lee. Chimichukwu. Guerin. Donson hand. Oh, good save. Good build-up play there from Oldham. And we will get a corner. Trying to find something here. Bernard drives in. Here's the header. It comes out the back. It falls to Tommy Martin. Takes a deflection, I think, off Chimichukwu. And no, it wasn't. We've got a corner. Alfie Lee drives inside. Oh, that was Noah White. You get this ball through, we can. It's a lovely ball from Donson hand. Bernard lays forward. Chimichukwu pushes into the box. It's Chimichukwu. He crosses. It's fallen back. No one there. Come on, lads. And there is the whistle. Well, it was all QPR. We hold on the road to secure a point. 6 shots to 5. We sort of got back into it in the second half. Let's have a look at the player performances, though. Nick Harris with a 7-7-3 intercept. 7-2 there for Cooper. Another clean sheet and 5 saves. 7-6 for Barros with 5 defensive efforts. 7-4 for White. 7-6 for Klein with 5 defensive efforts. 7-6 for Owen Griffiths with 5 interceptions. Donson Hand 6-1. 7-6 for Alfie Lee. 5-5 for Tommy Martin. 7-3 for Guerin. Didn't even get a shot off today. 7-2 there for Bernard. 6-3 for Chimichukwu. 7-1 for Joel Edwards. Cameron Griffiths 6-6. Get voting up in the eye for your player of the match. Right, training session. Just continuing to train this back line and try and get Joel Edwards some passing skills. Right, and we've got some new players, so it's time to do some new player upgrades. Just let me know if you have done a player upgrade and you want to change any of their kit or number. Do let me know in the comment section. I will check my book and see who did get the upgrade, and we'll make those changes accordingly. But let's get on to Garage today. Centre midfielder, I've got high hopes for the lad. I think he will become a first-team player eventually, at least off the bench. Could possibly play that central defensive midfield role. We don't know just yet, but we might get to see him in the next episode when some of the cup games get underway. So feel free, drop a comment down below and change his kit and his number, and we'll get that one done for you in a future episode. Thumbs up if you do like one of the upgrades. Good luck. And that is where we'll finish the opening episode of season number 3. I'm going to go and have a quick look at all the free agents and the likes. We'll address that in the next episode, but not a bad start. Only scored 1 goal so far. Portsmouth off to a blinder. 7 goals already for their first season. But we sit in 7th, undefeated. We'll take that. That's where we'll leave it. Smash like if you enjoyed the episode, and we will see you in the next one. I'm Sparring DK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one. This video is powered by Neurotech and their product Clarity. Now you can jump over to their website now, use the discount code DK10 for 10% off your next purchase, and I highly recommend this product. I use it every single day. It increases your energy, your focus, while reducing fatigue and stress. If you want to know how I get out all these videos and keep that work going, this is the product for you. So go and check it out. All the information that you need is on at that website. If you feel like making a purchase, chuck in at that discount code for 10% off. Now, if you are looking for more fresh content to check out, you can click one of these 2 videos. If you feel like subscribing, well, there's a button right there. Make sure you put on that notifications bell, and we'll see you next time.